5 o'clock. We'll begin our Committee of Adjustment meeting for the month of January. Welcome to 2026. Anyone present, for everyone's information, we generally deal with each application. Extra copies are available on the back table. Anyone present who wishes to speak in support or against the application, as well as anyone with questions or concerns, will have an opportunity to speak. The committee will make the decision following each application. If there's anyone present who is not an applicant or agent but is interested in the decision of the committee, you may file your interest with our Secretary-Treasurer. Please list the file number, your full name, and mailing address. Copies of the decisions are automatically sent to the applicant and agent within 15 days of the meeting. Only the applicant, the minister, a specified person, or any public body may appeal decisions in respect to applications for consent or minor variances to the Ontario Land Tribunal. The decisions are final if there are no appeals 20 days after the committee's decision. May I remind everyone that we're being recorded. To mute your devices, as well as if you wish to speak to an application, please make your way to the podium, ensure the mic is on, state your name, first and last name, and you'll have 5 minutes to speak. First order of business is to determine if any of the members have any disclosures of interest when considering any of the applications that we're dealing with today. Are there any disclosures of interest? And it appears not. Okay. All the members received the minutes of the previous meeting. Are there any errors or omissions? Now, we did have a few, excuse me, couple of typos, and they've been corrected. And has everyone reviewed the updated minutes? Any errors or omissions? I have a resolution to adopt the meeting minutes of the Committee of Adjustment held Wednesday, December the 17th. Mover and seconder, please. Councillor Berry. Seconder, Lisa. All in favor? Oh, question, Councillor Van Passen.
Do we have to, that motion, is it as amended or were they recirculated in time that it's okay?
We can put it.
Okay.
As amended.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
And that was carried. Okay. And we see we have Peter and Phil and Linda online, and Lisa, Councillor Van Passen, and Barry and myself are in the house, so we have a quorum. Okay, first up, application ANPL 2025139, John and Melanie Ryan, and the planner can give the brief report for a deferral.
Thank you. Through the chair, an application has been received seeking relief in lot frontage, lot area, distance separating to an ARDU, and the floor area of usable floor area of outbuildings to facilitate the conversion of an existing bunkhouse to an ARDU. When the relief was calculated for the application form, it was incorrect and was missing the greenhouse, which is to be retained. As such, the application will need to go through a new public notice process to account for an additional 500 plus square meters of usable floor area. And as such, the proposal is recommended for deferral at this time as agreed with the applicants.
Okay, thank you. Questions? Now, the planners are asking for the deferral as opposed to the applicant?
Through the chair, the planners requested it via the applicants, and we have the agreement of the applicants.
Okay, very good. Questions? Is there anyone present that wishes to speak to the application? No? Can I get a mover and a seconder for a deferral? Councillor Berry? Lisa? All in favor? And that's carried. Okay, next up is BNPL 2025082. Jeff Purdy, and the planner can give the report, please. And there are three.
Yes, if that's okay, I can
Together?
do 2025 02, 082, 083, and 084 together,
Okay.
if that's appropriate.
All together, yep, go ahead.
Thank you. Through the chair, applications have been received to sever 3 lots, each having a frontage and width of 30.48 meters, a depth of 60.96 meters, and lot areas of 1,858.1 square meters, and to retain a parcel having a lot area of 36.45 hectares. And do please note that the retained lot area has been corrected as from what was put in the report. The subject lands are located on the west side of Highway 59, north of its intersection with Talbot Street in the urban area of Cortland. The area of the subject lands is approximately 37.01 hectares, with frontage onto Highway 59. The subject lands are occupied by a single detached dwelling, agricultural buildings, and a bunkhouse. The subject property is designated urban residential and is located within the urban area of Cortland. The creation of new lots is permitted and desirable within this designation, with single detached dwellings being the predominant land use. The subject land is zoned as hamlet residential with a Holden provision and special provision to permit the reduced lot sizes within the RH zone. However, section 9.6.3.2a of the official plan states that that applications for consent to sever shall not be approved if more than 3 lots, 2 severed, 1 retained, from a land holding are being created. In this case, the intent is to create 4 lots, 3 severed and 1 retained, which contradicts this policy. Therefore, it is the professional opinion of planning staff that the proposed severances do not conform with the official plan. Staff recommend that the applications be refused. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions? Linda? You're muted.
Yeah, okay. So my question for planning staff is, what would the process be to sever more than 3 parcels then? Like they create subdivisions in urban areas all the time, so what is the process that's not being followed here to do this?
Through the chair, so they'd be permitted to create 3 new lots, as I mentioned, so they could create 2 severed and 1 retained. Anything above that would require a plan of subdivision.
Okay, and were the applicants made aware of that?
Through the chair, yes.
Okay, thank you. And just a comment then, for planning staff, would it be appropriate then if we were to approve 2 of the applications and refuse 1?
Through the chair, yep, that would be absolutely appropriate in this case.
Okay, thank you. I will have a question then if there's an applicant or agent down the road.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else questions? Councillor Van Passen.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. When you read section 9.6.3.2a, does it include that little explanation that you have in brackets? Because, you know, when somebody just read that and you're not allowed to create more than 3 lots, does that give the impression that you get to create 3 new ones because the existing one's already there?
Through the chair, I believe it does. I would have to double check, but I'm fairly, yes. I'm getting the nod from Alicia that yes, it does.
If it doesn't, we should add that, so, because it is, in common usage of language, you could interpret.
Yes, and that's why it would be included, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Questions? Agent or planner? David, step right up. Got 5 minutes, Dave.
That would be 5 minutes per application, so I have 3 of these.
Nice try.
I'm going to claim that. Good afternoon, my name's David McPherson. I'm the agent for the landowner, Jeff Purdy. After I was approached by the property owner, Jeff Purdy, about these lots, I attended at the county planning office and had an in-person meeting with planner Andrew Wallace, specifically to determine the number of consents that I could submit on his land in Cortland. Andrew told me 4 in total. 3 consents plus the retained parcel equaled 4. So I submitted 3 severance applications. And the date of that meeting was 2 years ago. It was November the 12th, 2024. I submitted the 3 severance applications. I relied on his professional advice at that time, and so the 3 were submitted. Kendall also held that view, as she requested that I submit 3 minor variance applications for these 3 lots back in July of this year, which I did, relying on her professional advice. Kendall then determined that though the official plan designated the lands as urban residential, the zoning bylaw
I
still...
can't hear Alan.
Hello?
Well, we can. Can you hear me, Linda?
I can now, yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me, Linda?
Can you hear David?
Yes, I can. I can now, yeah.
Okay. Carry on, Dave.
Okay, so the lands were zoned or were designated as urban residential in the official plan. The zoning bylaw, though, still zoned the lands as agricultural. So she suggested I should submit an application to rezone the lands from agricultural to hamlet residential. I submitted that application. Council, at their December 16th, 2025 meeting, approved my application and approved bylaw 2025-102, rezoning the lands in question to hamlet residential to facilitate the creation of these 3 lots. The planner's report attached to that specifically said this was for the creation of the 3 proposed lots. Subsequent to that meeting in December and following Kendall's further advice, I withdrew the 3 minor variance applications because the passing of bylaw 2025-102 made them redundant. I relied on the advice of professional staff, and now at the tail end of the process, I'm told that official plan section 9.6.3.2A would permit only 2 of the 3 applications I submitted. However, there is an exception found in the next clause, section 9.6.3.2B, where up to 4 lots may be approved, provided that they front on a public road, which Highway 59 is, and are in an urban area, which this is, and are serviced by municipal water, which this is, and sanitary sewer, which is not there. Of the 4 criteria, my application complies with all but the sanitary. These lots will be served by private individual septic systems and will not encumber the municipality with the expense of infrastructure. The proposed consents conform to the official plan designation of urban residential. They conform to the hamlet residential zone requirements as amended by bylaw 2025-102. The 3 proposed lots clearly do not jeopardize the long-term use of either the severed or retained lands, and a plan of subdivision will be submitted in the future for the development of additional lots along the frontage of Highway 59. The reasons that would trigger a plan of subdivision for these 3 lots don't really apply here. There's no internal street being developed. No external lands are being conveyed to the county for stormwater management or for park purposes.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to wrap.
I'm going to wrap up,
Okay.
okay? I'm going to skip down and wrap it up.
I'm sure there'll be questions.
Okay. Consent is a perfectly appropriate path forward in the 3 lots in front of you. Planning staff have suggested that I present all 3 applications to you, and that in all likelihood, you would approve them. I respectfully ask that you consider the option contained in official plan section 9.6.3.2B, which would permit the 3 proposed severances as submitted.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Questions?
I'm here for questions.
Councillor Van Passen.
Just a little intrigued on what the future plans for the retained lands would be.
The retained lands, the entire frontage of his farm on Highway 59 is in the urban residential zone and will be developed as residential lots along the frontage of 59. The balance of the property in behind is all farmland and will continue to be farmed. That's the information I have right now.
Wasn't that the amendment through the rezoning from agriculture to Hamlet residential is to strip along 59?
The amendment only, excuse me, the amendment only designated those 3 lots as Hamlet residential, and the rest of the land that's within the urban residential designation as development zone, so that there's room to play around with lot size in the future. So those 3 lots that are shown on the screen are the ones that were rezoned to Hamlet residential
Back in December.
in December,
Correct.
just a month ago.
Okay, yep,
Okay, and
okay. Linda, did you have a question? Go ahead.
Yes, Alan. I'm going to actually go back first to planning staff, and I don't know whether maybe even Alicia wants to answer this, but the question is, do they have any comments with respect to the section that Dave referred to, which would be the exception to that? To the 3 lots?
Yep, so through the chair, he almost meets all of the exceptions except for the lands being fully serviced. The issue is that it's Cortland and they don't have sanitary services. So that's where it does not conform to the official plan.
So it's fully serviced as far as it could be for the area,
Through the chair, it is on municipal water, yes.
right? Okay,
They don't have sanitary.
right. Linda?
Okay, so just a comment there, so I don't know whether the rest of the committee is aware, but nobody in Cortland has sanitary services from Norfolk County. It's all private systems. Is that correct, Alicia?
Through the chair, that is correct.
Okay, so they're serviced with what's available for them in Cortland?
Through the chair, yes. It does say water and or sewer, so.
Or just for,
Yes, they're serviced by water and that's all that's
Okay.
available. Yeah.
yeah, okay. So the question for Dave I would have is, if the committee were to decide to only approve 2, does it matter which 2? Is there a preference?
excuse me, there's no preference, but I feel that
That's
the
it?
criteria for 3
I
has
know-
been met.
Okay, I understand that, Dave. I just wanted to know if the committee decides to only approve 2, if there was a preference, but there's no preference,
There's
so.
no preference.
Okay, and I'm in support of approving all 3 because I feel that the sewers and services are not available, so you've met, in my opinion, all the requirements. That's my opinion.
Okay, Alicia?
Through the chair, I just want to clarify that it does say that the requirement for a plan of subdivision may be waived for infilling up to 4 lots. So they have to have frontage on a public road that is maintained on a year-round basis in an urban area serviced by municipal water and sanitary sewers. So it does require both. So the exception wouldn't apply to any lots in Cortland, but it is up to the committee. I just wanted to clarify because I didn't feel like provided the correct answer previously.
Okay, any other questions?
Thank you.
Thanks, Linda. Any other questions of the committee? Okay, thanks, Dave. Is there anyone on the line or present that wishes to speak to this application? Hearing none, what are the wishes of the committee?
Dave, I'll move to approve all three.
You're moving that, Linda?
Yeah.
Okay, can I get a seconder to that? Lisa? So we'll start with, since Dave has no preference, we'll start with BNPL 2025082, and that's moved to approve. Seconded by Lisa. All in favor? And I can't see Phil, yep. Okay, so that's carried unanimously.
Thank you very much.
Well, we're not done yet, Dave. We've got two more to go through
I'm
that
sorry.
that you don't have a
Okay.
preference about.
I'm, all right. I was just too anxious.
Okay, VNPL 2025083, moved by Linda and seconded by Lisa again, I guess?
Yep.
Correct, okay. All in favor? That's carried. Oh, I got to do some editing down here. No public input was received. Okay, that's got it. I got it. Okay, VNPL 2025084, moved by Linda. Seconded by Lisa. All in favor? And that's carried. Thank you.
Now I can say thank you very much.
Thank you, David. Okay. Next up, BNPL 2025354, Earl and Patricia Utley, and the planner can give the report, please.
Thank you, and if I can present this with, BNPL 2025354 and ANPL 2025355.
Yep, certainly.
Thank you. All right, so through the chair, for BNPL 2025354, an application has been received to sever a lot having a frontage and width of 24.38 meters, a depth of 25.09 meters, and a lot area of 604.26 square meters, and retain a lot having an area of 587.85 square meters in the R1A zone. And for ANPL 2025355, an application has been received seeking relief of 1.52% in lot coverage for accessory buildings to allow a lot coverage of 11.52%, 0.8 meters in height to allow an accessory building with a total height of 5.8 meters, 84.3 square meters in usable floor area to allow an accessory building with a usable floor area of 139.3 square meters, and relief from section 3.2.1H for the severed lot. And then for the retained lot, a relief of 5.76 meters in rear yard setback to allow a total setback of 1.74 meters, 1.36 meters in interior yard setback to allow a setback of 3.14 meters, and 1.32 meters in exterior side yard setback to allow a total setback of 4.68 meters as a result of the previously noted severance. The subject lands are located at the intersection of Washington Street and West Church Street on the west side of Washington Street and the south side of West Church Street. The area of the subject lands is approximately 1,172.12 square meters, or sorry, 11 square meters, with approximately 26.2 meters of frontage onto Washington Street. The subject lands are occupied by a single detached dwelling with an attached carport, a detached garage, and a shed. The dwelling is intended to be retained with the garage and shed to be severed. The subject property is designated as urban residential and is located within the urban area of Waterford. The creation of a new lot is permitted and desirable within this designation, and single detached dwellings are one of the predominant uses in the urban residential designated lands. The subject property is zoned urban residential type 1, so R1A. Single detached dwellings are a permitted use within this zone. However, the detached garage and shed would be required to be removed as a condition of the severance, as per section 3.2.1H of the zoning bylaw. Deficiencies would be created as a result of the application, but are proposed to be resolved by the associated minor variance application. In regards to the minor variance application, the requests for reliefs relating to the retained lands are considered to comply with the intent and purpose of the zoning bylaw. However, those that relate to the severed lot and the intent to keep the existing detached garage do not. Section 3.2.1H of the zoning bylaw requires that no accessory structure can be established on a lot unless the main building or use to which it is accessory is established. With the severance of the lot that the garage is intended to be included on would no longer have a main building for the garage to be accessory to. While the relief request does include relief of section 3.2.1H, the retaining of a structure that ceases to be accessory to a main building is contrary to the intent of the zoning bylaw. The reliefs relating to the retained lands can be considered minor in nature and appropriate for the development of the lands, as they relate to the existing dwelling and do not alter the impact of the structure on neighboring properties. It is the professional opinion of planning staff that this proposal meets the Planning Act PPS 2024 and conforms to the official plan and meets the intent and purpose of the zoning bylaw. This proposal is recommended for approval subject to the attached conditions and excluding the reliefs for the accessory building on the retained lands, or on the severed land, sorry.
Okay, thank you. Any questions of the committee? No? Councilor Van Passen.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I read this report, now I've listened to the staff report, I still don't know, do they have to remove the existing garage and shed? Do they got to tear that down, or is it going to stay there?
So through the chair, to simplify, yes, they would need to remove the garage and the shed. Being that they're not going to be accessory to anything at that point, they would not be permitted as per the zoning bylaw.
Seems like a terrible shame, but, okay, I get it now.
We'll see what happens. Any other questions? Agent or applicant? Go ahead, Linda.
Well, I just have a question, like, given the cost of construction these days, to take garage because it's not accessory, I understand.
You're
But
breaking.
is there not like a grace period that they could build a house and, within a certain period of time, and if they don't, then tear the garage down? Like, it just seems rather foolish to have them tear it down because of the cost of reconstructing it down the road.
Comment?
Through the chair, unfortunately, we don't have that ability. We're based on the policies that are in place at this time. So unfortunately, based on that policy, it would have to be removed.
Okay. Any other questions of the committee to the planning staff? Agent or applicant? Present, David, step right up. You get a different 5 minutes. No. Nice, you're testing me. Microphone's off.
Can you hear me?
Go.
Okay. My name's David McPherson. I'm the agent for the applicant. And I support the planner's recommendation for approval with the exception of condition number 5. That's condition
Just a minute.
5 on what I've been given. I'm not sure.
Removal of existing detached
Yes.
garage and shed located in the proposed severed lot.
Yes.
That's our number 5 too.
That's your number 5 too? Good,
Yep.
because this is a function of the Committee of Adjustment. It's no different than granting relief from any other clause in the zoning bylaw, for example, relief of lot frontage or relief of any setback. The current property owners reside in the existing house. Both spouses have recently retired. The only purpose of these applications is to sever a large lot into two so that the retired couple can downsize from their existing two-story house into a much smaller single-story house and then just drift away in their retirement years. The intent is to retain the existing garage and use it as an accessory building to the new house. The detached garage in question was constructed in 1956. I have as Exhibit A, a report from MPAC that I requested from them. The existing house was constructed in 1956. The carport that you can see in the pictures was added to the house also in 1956. And finally, again in 1956, the detached garage was built. At the time of construction, there was no zoning bylaw in effect in Waterford. The earliest zoning bylaw affecting construction in Waterford was Towns and Restricted Area Bylaw 970, which came into effect in 1964. That's some 8 years after this garage was built, making the garage in question a legal use at that time. When the current zoning bylaw came into effect in 2014, the garage came to enjoy legal non-conforming status. The current zoning bylaw permits accessory structures, such as detached garages, to cover up to 10% of the lot. In this case, the existing garage only covered 5.9% of the parent lot. The current zoning bylaw permits accessory structures to have up to 55 square meters in usable floor area. This garage has a footprint of 69 square meters, but the relief I'm seeking is twice that because the garage is 2 stories. Actually, it's, as you can see in this photo, the garage is only 1.5 stories because it's a gambrel roof, or commonly called barn-style roof. But at the same time, even though the bylaw requires us to calculate that square footage twice, the footprint and the barn, or the garage itself, is legally non-conforming to the current bylaw. The plans for the new house have already been completed, and they don't include a garage attached to the house. Rather, the owners propose to retain the existing garage and use it with their new house. Why the planning department would suggest demolishing a perfectly fine garage only to rebuild it again is quite beyond me. I've asked for in the past, recent past, and been approved for exactly the same relief in August of this year. The committee approved an application from me where I used the same clause that's in dispute here. In Turkey Point, the application number was ANPL 2025-194. The owner is Paul Meiklejohn. The premise there was to take his existing house, convert it into a detached garage, and then build a new building. That was recommended for approval by the planner and was approved by this committee. And the footprint for that was twice the size of this footprint. I'm my last comment.
Okay, Dave.
All we respectfully ask is that you approve the application as I presented it and strike condition number 5.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? No? Councilor Van Passen?
Oh, yeah.
In the minor variance application, does it say anywhere where we would be waiving that section of the zoning bylaw 3.2.1H that doesn't allow the accessory dwelling?
It says that in the application, and in all the gobbledygook that you would be approving, it's listed in that.
Because when I looked at it, it was all the That's why I couldn't figure out why we would approve the setbacks, the square footage, the interior side yard, all those things, if they had to tear it down anyway, like.
Well, it's
but
beyond me.
I don't see where we would be giving relief of that section that doesn't allow for the accessory dwelling to be there without, or the accessory building before the main one. So would that have to get added in,
No, it's there now.
this one?
Kendall has a comment.
Sorry, through the chair, if I can just clarify.
Sure.
In the actual request, the relief request, all of the reliefs were requested for the garage to be on the severed lot, including section 3.2.1H. In my recommendation report, I noted the specific minor variances that would be required as part of the decision if the garage was not to be included on the severed lands. So just to clarify it.
Okay. Any other questions? Linda, did you have a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, for Dave. Do the applicants have a building permit for the new building that they want to build on the severed lot?
Not at this time. They can't even submit application because that would be
Right.
2 houses on 1 lot. We have to, I'm doing this
That's right.
in the
Okay.
order of how things have to be done.
You don't want to put the horse before the cart.
No. No, we have to sever the lot first.
Right.
And then they're in a position to immediately apply for a building permit.
Okay. Any other questions?
Okay.
Any other questions?
No.
Okay. Is there anyone present that wishes to speak to this application here or online? Hearing none, I'm going to ask the committee to give me some guidance as to what they'd like to do. Oh, wait a minute, we got somebody. Linda.
Oh.
Oh, Peter.
Was there somebody else that wanted to? Okay.
We'll go with Peter
Go ahead.
first, because go ahead, Peter.
Okay, my motion, Mr. Chair, would be to move approval and strike condition 5.
Okay,
I'll second that. I'll second that.
okay. That's kind of what I was looking for. So, file number BNPL 2025354, which is the minor variance, right? Yeah, a consent. Moved by Peter. Linda. To approve the application with condition 5 struck. That's your number 5 and my number 5. We're all the same.
We're all
Okay,
on the
just
same
make-
page so far.
Sometimes they do.
I
Sometimes
know.
they
I
differ.
know.
All in favor? And that's carried.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We're not done yet, Dave. Not out of the woods yet, David. File number ANPL 2025355. A mover and a seconder, please, for approval. Phil and Lisa. All in favor? And that is carried.
Now I can say thank you very much.
Yes, you can say thank you again, David. Thank you. Nice to see you. Okay, moving right along. BNPL 2025353, Norfolk Golf and Country Club, and the planner can give a report, please.
Thank you. Through the chair, an application has been received to propose a boundary adjustment that would result in approximately 1,725 meters square of land being severed from 200 Argyle Road and added to 149 Victoria Street, resulting in a new lot size of approximately 4,690 meters square, with an existing frontage of 304 meters along Victoria Street. The land to be conveyed would remain under the OS open space designation. The subject lands are located at 200 Argyle Street, being a portion of the Norfolk Golf and Country Club. The benefiting lands are located at 149 Victoria Street. The retained parcel would be the remainder of the Norfolk Golf and Country Club property. The benefiting lands have an area of approximately 2,964.24 square meters with 30.47 meters of frontage on the north side of Victoria Street. The severed parcel has an area of approximately 1,725 square meters. The severed parcel will be added to the benefiting lands at 149 Victoria Street. The benefiting lands have various topography and are currently vacant. The severed parcel is generally flat and also vacant. Given the above, it is a professional opinion of the planning staff that the proposal meets the Planning Act, PPS 2024, and conforms with the official plan and meets the intent and purpose of the zoning bylaw, and therefore is recommended for approval. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions? Is there an agent or applicant present or on the line?
Yes, I'm acting as agent for the applicant.
I'm sorry?
I have no further, I said I'm acting as agent for the applicant, and I have no further comment to add. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And you, sir? I can answer any questions. Okay. You okay? A representative is present. Okay, very good. Is there anyone present that wishes to speak to this application on the line or in the house? No? We have a recommendation for approval. Adam. Seconded, Lisa. File number BNPL 2025-353. All in favor? And that's carried. Okay, next up is BNPL 2025-368, Southwest Tobacco Inc. Limited, please. Planner can give the report.
Thank you. Through the chair, an application has been received to sever a parcel having a frontage of 50.27 meters, an irregular depth of 46.26 meters, and having an area of 2,325 square meters, and retain a parcel having an area of approximately 50 hectares as the severance of a dwelling made surplus through farm amalgamation. An easement with a width of 8 meters and a depth of 46.26 meters has been proposed for the lot for the purpose of a hydro line. The subject lands are located on the southeastern side of 12th Concession Road between West Quarter Line Road and Norfolk County Road 23, southwest of Langton. The area of the subject lands is approximately 50.3 hectares, not 50.3 square meters as was in the report. The subject lands are occupied by 2 single detached dwellings, accessory residential buildings, and agricultural buildings. The 2 dwellings are separated by the farm access road, which would remain with the farm. The lands to be severed would be occupied by a single detached dwelling and accessory garage. The proposal is consistent with the PPS 2024 and conforms with the official plan in terms of the consent to sever policies in the agricultural designation. The proposal is also compliant with provisions of the zoning bylaw. Given this, the proposal is recommended for approval. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions? Agent or applicant on the line?
Yes, I'm acting as agent for the applicant, and I have no further comment to add. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone present on the line or in the house that wishes to speak to this application? Seeing and hearing none, we have a recommendation for approval. Mover by Councillor Van Passen. Seconded by Councillor Berry. All in favor? That's carried. Okay, ANPL 2025358, North Shore Gas and Oil. Planner can give the report, please.
Thank you. Through the chair, an application has been received to seek relief of 20.43 meters for required lot frontage, where 30 meters is required for a total lot frontage of 9.5 meters in the agricultural zone. The subject lands are located at 2960 Front Road. The area of the subject lands is approximately 15.98 hectares or 39.50 acres, with approximately 9.57 meters of frontage on the south side of Front Road. The subject lands have varying topography and are currently vacant. This is an existing lot of record with a very narrow access. The only part of this land that's on Front Road is a driveway. This minor variance will rectify that. Given the above, the professional opinion of the planning staff that the proposal meets the four tests of the Planning Act and is recommended for approval. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Agent or applicant present?
And Nathan Cook acting as the applicant, and I have nothing further to add, and just would like to thank the planner for their report and recommendation.
Okay, thank you very much. Is there anyone present that wishes to speak to this application on the line? Hearing none, we have a recommendation for approval. Mover, seconder. Councilor Van Passen and Lisa. All in favor? That's carried. BNPL 2025360, and the planner can give the report, please.
Thank you. Through the chair, an application has been received to apply for a validation certificate under Section 57 of the Planning Act. The subject lands are located on the west side of Highway 19, south of its intersection with Norfolk County Road 30. The area of the subject lands is approximately 2,300 square meters, with approximately 17.1 meters of frontage onto Highway 19. The subject lands are occupied by a single detached dwelling. The Planning Act authorizes municipal councils to delegate authority to committees of adjustment to grant consents under Section 53 and 54. Authority to issue certificates of validation is also included. The subject lands are designated hamlet and located within the hamlet of Norfolk West. The property is occupied by a single detached dwelling, which is a permitted use in the hamlet designation. The subject property is zoned hamlet residential and is occupied by a single detached dwelling, which is a permitted use in the hamlet residential zone. The subject of the validation certificate is a portion of the property that was erroneously believed to have become road allowance, but has remained as part of the parcel since 1978. It is the professional opinion of planning staff that this proposal meets the Planning Act, PPS 2024, conforms with the official plan, and meets the intent and purpose of the zoning bylaw. This proposal is recommended for approval. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Questions? Applicant or agent present?
Yes, online. My name is James Morgan. I'm counsel for the applicant, and I'd like to just support what the planner has said in this matter. I have nothing further to add. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone present on the line that wishes to speak to this application? Hearing none, we have a recommendation for approval. Councilor Van Passen, seconder by Peter.
I will say, Mr. Chairman, I've never heard of a validation certificate, and we've dealt with a couple of them in the last few
I think
months.
we had one last year in
Yeah.
2025.
Must be cleaning up a lot of loose ends.
Now they're
right?
going to come fast and furious. I just jinxed that. Oh, do we? There you go. I answered that question. BNPL 2025360. All in favor? And that's carried. Okay. Finally, the last two together. BNPL 2025377 and ANPL 2025371, and the planner can give the report, please.
Yes, thank you to the chair. I'm going to do the consent first, and then I will touch on the variance. Okay, an application has been received to sever a dwelling having a frontage of 82.89 meters and a regular width of 177.65 meters and a regular depth of 71.76 meters and having an area of 8,428.2 square meters and a retained parcel having an area of 38.8 hectares. This is a severance as a result of a dwelling made surplus to a farming amalgamation. The retained lands will be merged with the adjacent parcel to the west and will be continued to be used for crop growing lands. ANPL, the application has been received to recognize deficiencies related to the consent application I just described, requiring a relief of 212 square meters from the maximum permitted usable floor area of 200 meters to permit a usable floor area of 412 square meters for all accessory buildings combined on the severed parcel. The subject lands are located at 2837 County Road 45. The area of the subject lands is approximately 8,428.2 square meters with approximately 82.89 meters of frontage on the north side of County Road 45. The subject lands contain a dwelling, septic system, weeping bed, well, and several accessory buildings. The subject site has varying topography. The retained parcel will be continued to be used for agricultural purposes and is proposed to be amalgamated. The reason the proposed severed lot is of such large size is that the existing well is located approximately 2 meters from the barn, and that well serves the dwelling. Therefore, the applicant is asking for the well to be serviced in that. That's why it is as large as it is. Given the above, the professional opinion of the planning staff is this proposal meets the 4 tests of the Planning Act and is recommended for approval. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Is there an applicant or agent on the line? No?
I am here on behalf of Duncan at this point.
Okay, thank you. And your name?
Sorry, my name is Justin Bean. Duncan is my uncle. He's currently in hospital at this point.
Oh, okay. Duncan Bean. B-E-A-N-E?
Sorry, his name is Duncan Gilman.
Oh, Gilman. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Any questions of the applicant or agent? We have a recommendation for, oh, is there anyone present that wishes to speak to this application? No? Okay, so we have we'll do the consent first. BNPL 2025377, we have recommendation for approval. Okay, mover and seconder. Question, Councilor Van Passen.
Question for staff yet. If the condition is, one of the conditions is that it must be, the retained parcel becomes part of the neighboring farm, why is it called a severance and not a boundary adjustment?
Through the chair to Councillor Van Passen, the farmhouse is being severed off. It is a farm lot dwelling severance, and the retained parcel is being amalgamated. The other 38 point whatever hectares is being amalgamated with the neighboring parcel. So the severance applies to the farm dwelling.
Well, but if it's severed off of the farm lot, then that farm lot becomes a standalone property. But if it's a condition to attach it to the next neighboring farm to the west, there's no new lot created to just change the size. It should be a boundary adjustment that way.
No, it should be, like I said, the severance is for just the farm lot dwelling.
Alicia.
Through the chair to Councillor Van Passen, typically we don't support boundary adjustments where the retained lands are only about an acre. It's difficult to call it minor under the Planning Act. In this case, they wanted to apply as a surplus farm dwelling severance, and their intent is to merge the lands with the neighboring property. The reason we're requiring that as a condition is because then we won't put that 14.29 where you can't have a dwelling. Yeah, because it would be redundant because it's merging it with the neighboring farm, so there is no new building opportunity created. So this is the way we went about that one for that reason. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. Councilor Van Passen moves for approval. That's good. Okay. And a seconder, please. Councilor Berry. BNPL 2025377. All in favor? That's carried. And, excuse me, ANPL 2025371, the minor variance, mover, seconder, Lisa. Somebody in the audience, Phil? All in favor? And that is carried. I just quickly like to welcome two new additions to the planning staff. Welcome. We'll be gentle in the future. Motion to adjourn.
Thank you, everyone.
Adam.
Can I introduce our staff quickly?
Yes, go ahead.
Sure. So we're just changing it up a bit. So we now have Olivia Davies is our new junior planner. So she's been our planning coordinator for about 2 years now. And then next Webster is our planning intern. So she will be with us until the end of April. So Andrew will no longer be doing committee of adjustment for going forward. So Olivia